Welcome back to the Inn at the End, friends. Our troopers are already at their table, getting underway. Why don't you go join them? I'll bring you a drink.
Welcome to the Inn at the End, the internet's number one TTRPG show. I'm your host, Alex, and with me is all these guys. Say hi, all these guys.
Hello, all these guys.
Hi.
Let the map making begin.
Sorry.
I already opened my Baja Blast hard.
Do you want a
Ooh,
LaCroix
very
or a
nice.
beer?
I'm good.
So we're going to play Ex Novo to build our city for the next campaign. Woohoo! Heck yeah.
Yes.
The first thing I wanted was like if everyone can come up with like a word as like a theme word for inspiration. And so we can all kind of like look to that as like
Prism.
prism. Prism's good.
You guys hear that? Prism's good.
Prism.
Descent.
Descent. Like going
Down,
like down
or dissenting?
No, dissenting.
Like the Supreme Court
Like
Justice.
DISSENT.
Correct.
descent. Very nice.
Like my bowels. No, that's distend.
Retching.
retching.
Whoa. We got some dark
Ooh.
ones coming in.
Is that with a? That's with an R.
And a W.
hard R.
And a W.
I think.
Oh,
WR.
That's what I put.
Okay.
WR.
cool.
Feet.
Hey.
No, feet's just implied. You don't have to pick that one.
Doing some cool stuff with belly buttons nowadays.
Yikes.
Hear the new science on belly buttons.
Corrupt.
Corrupt.
Everybody's going dark with it. Dissent, retching, corrupt, and prism. And what's Alex's word?
Yeah, it's a good. I mean, I'm looking at them all now. It's like which one fits well together. I didn't even think that I would have to come up with one. It was like you guys come up with it.
There is no game master in this game.
Ooh, can I change mine?
Okay.
Depends on how cool it is.
It's not as cool then.
Opulence.
Opulent.
Oh,
Oh, I
that's
love
good.
that. Yeah.
Sounds
And
like
then
open.
I'm gonna do corrupt.
Dissenting, retching, opulence.
Or it could be wretched.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I want to do something like.
I feel like it's like.
Yeah.
Okay, retching.
Oh.
Okay.
You know, this is what I want. Is I'm doing arcane, a nice big.
That was
broad-
my other one that I was gonna say was arcane.
I love magic. I want this city to be like magical and have some magical infrastructure. 'Cause I
just want
love
barf.
magical infrastructure.
Okay.
So yeah,
You say wretch, and my mind goes to like a Magic the Gathering creature card, and it's like, here's a goblin, and it's the goblin wretch.
create a 0/1 wretch.
Yeah,
token.
exactly.
Yeah. So we got prism, descent, retching, opulence, and arcane. This is the city we're gonna build.
Nice.
Sounds lovely.
Yeah.
Sounds-
Does this sound like a city we want to host a campaign in?
It's
I think
very
it sounds
evocative
really
words
cool.
so far. Yeah.
Okay. And so just use those as like you're coming up with ideas. We're coming up with stuff as like a way not to like, oh, it has to go with that, but just to lean one way or the other with.
You want to close it?
I don't know.
You can close it.
I just don't know if it's doing anything to the audio.
Look at that. That's setting assumptions. That's 1.1. Done. 1.2, game expectations. We know what to expect.
Yeah.
We played. Milo, you haven't played, but
I'm ready.
he's ready. Heck yeah, there we go.
Got it.
Target size. We're
like your
going with the
attitude.
biggest size.
The big one. Yeah,
Big
yeah, yeah,
one.
Hey.
Which was like 20 turns or something.
Yeah. We'll set aside those tokens.
Did you say what we're playing?
Ex Novo.
Ex Novo
Okay. I
from
wasn't
Shark Bomb.
At the beginning, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
From Shark Bomb.
Then we all went high.
They do have a version 2 out on Kickstarter. Or maybe it's been Kickstarted. I don't know.
And then target. Oh yes, target size and target age. And the age. That's our development phase that'll affect. So
Right.
it'll be the. We'll do an old city.
Oh, we probably shouldn't introduce ourselves in case somebody's listening and doesn't recognize our voices.
I'm Rhett.
I'm Milo.
I'm Dash.
Wait. Hey, I'm Caleb.
Ew.
Sorry, those are the rules.
Oh,
You snooze, you lose.
dash.
I'm everyone's favorite now.
Okay, this is perfect. This one does work out so well. So major geography is the first one. We can roll on our table. Now I gotta go find. I gotta just keep that marked. Founding phase. Diverse development.
Oh, and I do have some straight edges here. If you guys want to relive the early 2000s. No, just kidding.
Yeah, fuck.
Okay, who wants to roll? So there'll be 5 rolls. Terrain, geography, and here's something too. Do we want to pick? Do we want to choose? Like, this is the big, like, what does this area look like? Mountains,
'cause last
plateau,
time-
valley, deep forest, hills, inland.
Last time we
Riverland,
rolled, and I think
coastal.
we got coastal. Or did
Yeah.
we choose coastal?
I don't recall.
I think if we,
Let's
I think
vote.
we, I think we roll it, and if we don't like any of them, we say,
then
hey,
we can,
let's make this something else.
Yeah, if we roll something we don't like, we'll just pick.
Yeah.
one.
How about
Okay,
this?
that's
How about
dumb.
this? If there's a 3-person veto on the roll, then
There
we
you go.
re-roll.
and,
Okay.
and it seems like if we need 5, there are how many of us?
5.
5.
Well, that's perfect. So can we each do one?
So there's
No, it has
'Cause
to
you
be
said
there's the terrain.
5.
This is just one, and then there's 4 like features of the area that we'll roll for as well.
Okay.
So this is like, is it a coastal city? Is it a mountain
Right.
city? Is
Yeah.
it a whatever?
Somebody
So,
roll 2 dice. We'll see what we get, and
2
then
D6s.
2 D6s.
I don't
for it.
have
You
any
have
dice.
it.
Go for it, Caleb.
Go for it. Good job, Caleb.
Okay, I got a 2 and a 4.
Always with the worst rolls.
6.
Caleb.
Yeah,
Jeez.
rolling so crappy.
Hills.
Sorry.
Hills?
Fuck.
Hills?
Deep in the woods, what legends are told of these trees? What mysteries do they guard? Draw a forest area covering at least half the map.
I do not have a problem.
I'm
with
vetoing.
I kind of am on the veto end.
Hills. I'm definitely not having a problem with hills. That's where hobbits live. So
I like hills.
I'm gonna veto. I don't like.
Okay.
hills.
Got 3
Okay.
vetoes?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
So we're not doing hills. What do we
Damn.
want? Do we want? There's also this idea. It could just be like a floating island. This isn't on there, but
I like that idea, but
Should I roll again?
yeah.
Roll
yeah,
again?
yeah, roll again.
re-roll a 6. I mean, if you roll a 6, re-roll it.
2-1.
2, 1, 3. Plateau. Thin air,
I like that.
stellar
Like Jeddah.
view. What stories
I
do
was-
settlers tell of the winds and the birds?
I was thinking like the top of what is it, Devil's Peak or whatever from
Oh, sure, yeah.
Close Encounters?
Close Encounters. Yeah,
That's pretty high.
like just
dope.
huge.
I was
and
thinking-
populated.
I was thinking in like Jeddah from the movie Rogue One, where the city is, and then they go in there, and then there's the guy. and
Can
then-
there-
Either way, it sounds like
can it be an atoll with like a sink in the middle where
the garbage is thrown?
Not sure what an atoll is.
No,
so I'm
clearly-
not
I
probably.
thought they were just small island.
it's
Clearly-
like, it's a small island, but
Yeah.
it's like got tall walls. It's like from
Oh,
Tailspin.
gotcha.
Tailspin, that's an
Yep,
atoll.
yep, yep,
Gotcha,
yep.
gotcha,
You
gotcha.
fly into
Oh, so it'd
it,
be like a plateau, but the sea level's risen.
like a donut.
So an island.
Well, but like it's got the straight sides.
Yeah, yeah. Still
I mean,
straight.
I like plateau.
I like
Plateau
good.
sounds evocative. It makes me think of like horses and like and like big steep walls and jeweled cities and Byzantine
You're
labyrinths.
up
And-
and,
and-
up
and
high,
people-
you know?
Yeah.
yeah.
People have
because
to
there's
work
also-
to get to this place.
There's also the possibility of like the outer limit of that because it's a big city, right? So it's
Right.
like maybe you have like the elite core. I think plateau is kind of
Yeah.
evocative. I wouldn't have thought about that.
I rolled again and I got a 6-4. What's that?
10.
10 would be a peninsula.
So like Florida.
no
Like-
veto
Or like
veto.
Astoria, right?
Like
Kind of juts out.
Yeah. All right. I like plateau.
yeah. Okay.
I will draw the plateau, and then I'll have you guys do the 4 features.
Make it
so
out of
for
modeling clay.
plateau. Draw a plateau covering at least half the map.
Oh.
All my incarnate time.
Okay. Moving out of the way.
So we're making it big. We're
grab
making it half the map. Should it be strawberry sized? Because I have strawberries. We could probably make it big enough. That's got to be big, yeah. I mean, if I smash them,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
What'd you say, Milo? Atoll?
Atoll. ATOL.
Like Bikini Atoll.
Oh.
Like, you know, what they blew up with the hydrogen bomb.
Yeah.
They did blow up a lot of atolls.
Oh yeah. Okay, I know what you're talking about now.
Ooh, and it's got like a kind of horseshoe shape. I'm loving it.
Can you put some lines to show that there's like steep cliff walls?
No.
You can if you want. I'm not gonna add it.
I think you should make it 3-dimensional at least.
It's just the map gets so busy.
Just light lines. Light lines.
The next one is going to be, I'll have you each roll this one, and if you really don't like what you roll, re-roll it.
I didn't get my dice out.
We can share.
Would you like to use one of these?
2d6s.
It'll be, I think, 2d6s.
Oh,
I gotta find
Never mind.
terrain feature. It is 2d6s.
I guess I
Okay.
could get my ice out. My dice out.
if you got some available,
Yeah, go ahead.
That's a 8.
Ooh, fire and ice.
8. Lake. A larger lake or series of smaller ones, maybe an oasis. What formed this lake and what creatures frequent it?
a lot
I
of fun
guess our
stuff.
So you got to do a lake?
Or are you gonna re-roll?
Okay, sweet. And this lake is going on the plateau.
Does it
Well,
have
no,
to
it's
go-
going
it go
somewhere
anywhere
on the map. Anywhere.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah.
We have a whole map here. Yeah. You can do it over here. You can do it over
There's a
here.
pretty big
Middle.
spot in the middle.
You can do it over
there.
here.
That horseshoe area, it's got to have something dope in it, and like a deep lake would be pretty dope.
My immediate thought was to
where all
put
the
the lake
garbage
like
goes. Just
right
throw it all.
here.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah,
feeling
yeah.
it.
Right here down at the bottom.
I'm feeling it. I'm feeling it.
Do I draw it?
Get that
Yeah,
broad.
grab a blue
all
marker.
you,
I've also got the 50 color markers over here. If
Can you make it shaped like a cat?
Like a cat.
I can't. I physically cannot do that. How big is it?
However big you want.
You can make it
Really?
take up that whole circle. You can make it be like right in the middle. I mean, a lake is big though.
And you got to think about what created it too. So like whatever shape it takes, I mean that's what's created that.
Okay, there's my lake.
And then answer
nice
the
lake.
answer the two questions: what formed this lake and what creatures frequent it?
I would say that like a landslide off the plateau, like a rock cave, basically. Like rocks fell in and created a giant crater down there, and then the rains kind of filled it up,
Okay.
and then they've just kind of they've maintained it as a lake.
Heck yeah.
And then creatures, I mean, I would say like creatures come to like drink from it, like
As like a
quadrupedal-
watering
yeah,
source.
animals will come and visit it, and it's actually like pretty serene, I would say.
Are we like in a desert?
Yeah, that's the other
It
thing.
kind of feels like Serengeti style.
That's the other
like,
thing is I was
watering
wondering
hole.
is like I mean how like desertous is this? I mean plateaus aren't just in deserts though, right?
No.
Okay, yeah.
But is that something
They
we
could
want to
be,
try
yeah,
and
like
define
jungles
now?
and stuff.
Well, I was only putting it out there because of the way he was talking about like animals come to drink from it. I'm like maybe like because it's shaded here, the water doesn't evaporate as quickly.
and
or
it's
whatever,
safer
so-
because they can see like nothing's coming from that direction.
Yeah.
So they only have to worry. I don't know.
But it doesn't have to be a desert. Maybe it's just like, or maybe it's just like deep in land.
I
or
think
something
that
with
we
the
should
rain
keep
zone.
going and see if it still
We'll see,
feels
we'll
like
see.
a desert or not.
Yeah.
So
I like
like
that.
just kind of let it.
Feeling like a desert.
Yeah. So far, I rolled a total of 10.
10. Terrain features: depression,
Tell me about it.
a basin, crater, or valley, a stretch of land lower than its surroundings. Is it sheltered or exposed? How do you like that one?
Where's this
It's
deep
fine.
depression in my soul?
Yeah.
I do like that though. I with the plateau, and then also having like a depression either on the plateau or somewhere else, having that verticality of the city.
It's just a grand malaise over the city.
Yeah.
What is like north, south, east, west? Did we just?
I don't think we've determined that
We
yet.
haven't determined it.
You know what? I think
My head south is that way.
If it is that way, then it protects the water better.
Yeah.
Oh,
How so?
because the sun would be.
Where's the
shining.
sun come up?
Well, even if it goes east to west, the sun is always in the
It
southern.
changes
But the sun is always in the southern hemisphere.
for a planet.
Haven is a planet.
and it depends on the planet.
If we're in the
Checkmate.
northern hemisphere, I guess that's true too.
You can't checkmate on my cosmology.
Checkmate your world.
The sun comes up at different places because the five dimensionality of the moon and its progression around Haven.
Fuck. I didn't think about that part.
And also the winds come from the elemental chaos. They don't blow from any specific direction.
I don't like that either. This world is unreliable.
It is. Which means anything I say about it can be true. And I don't even need a retcon because retcon is in the code of the world.
I like it.
Where does your depression come from, Caleb?
Don't think too hard.
Well, I want to have it on the
Okay.
Yep.
on the outside edge somewhere
It should be.
because I want like the extreme drop in one section that kind of creates some mystery, like a dark.
Is it so deep that no one knows how deep it
Right.
is?
It's like the
That's where you throw
the
the
creepy
bodies.
place.
Yeah. Because
That's
I
the
mean,
trash
you go
district.
down pretty deep, and you're starting to get into underdark territory,
Right,
and
exactly.
caves, and a whole nother place.
So my question, and I'm looking for some input, is where should it go?
By you.
Yeah, just put it right over there on the corner.
Let's do Crescent.
Yeah, yeah.
And you can just
like
have
that.
it take up the whole corner of the map if you want.
It's gonna be right here.
I don't know. Black feels appropriate.
Black,
but-
yeah. Okay. So I'm gonna draw, but if you want to go in with
Shape
some
of
details,
you.
you're more than welcome.
Thanks.
Oh, for sure, for
I'm
sure.
glad I've become the detail guy.
Oh, yeah, I gotcha. I think it meant like me later, and it's like, oh, I'm gonna get this hella detailed.
Hell yeah.
I'm gonna spend weeks on this.
Given where you look like it.
That's fine.
No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, and it's nice and tight. Oh.
Love it.
I feel like it even goes a little bit under the.
It could.
yeah.
Yeah.
I'm also wondering about that for the lake too. If that goes
Ooh.
underneath it
There's
all.
Like Silver Falls kind of where
Ooh,
it has
yeah,
like
yeah.
the underneath area.
Oh yeah, the lake goes in.
Maybe there was a big river there that ran through at one point. I don't know.
This was all an island
Oh,
at some
my turn.
point.
Oh no, you need reasons or something for it.
Yeah. The only question it asks is it sheltered or exposed?
Ooh,
Which I'm
Looks
not
pretty
entirely
sheltered,
sure
looks
honestly.
pretty sheltered.
what that means.
Sheltered or exposed from what?
That's a good question.
Well, like a
Good
big
one for you
a
to know.
depression could be like a big open valley like this that is exposed, or maybe it's like a ravine that's like caved in and blocked off a little bit, and you can
I feel
shelter
like
there.
if we're talking that kind of stuff, I feel like it's more sheltered in that it's not necessarily easily scalable. It's not like a common place to travel. It's not like, so I would say it's sheltered.
Sounds good.
Spooky.
4.
Double deuces.
Mountains. A lone mountain or small mountain range. What riches do these mountains hold, and do they punish the careless?
All right. You know, I love mountains. I'm
Yeah.
a geology guy. This totally fits my
Love
whole
a
aesthetic.
mountain.
And we can use the whole
Yep,
map.
the whole map.
I'm sensing a big volcano.
Ooh.
It's coming into my eye line.
Do you need straight edges?
Gray? I think gray. Yeah, my first thought is a large volcano that is partially.
Okay.
So it's a big volcano that erupted at one point, pushing a bunch of ash into the caldera area
Yeah.
of, or not caldera area. What did you call it? What do we call that? The horseshoe area.
Yeah.
It's like a caldera, though. Yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of caldera-ish. But yeah, it has erupted before, and you notice there's a big gap missing. It's a Mount St. Helens type.
Yeah, yeah.
I kind of like the
Like it's
idea
sloughed
too
off.
that it's like you have this mountain, and it's like there's like a debris field over
Yeah.
here or something that's like grown over and stuff now, maybe, but it's
You
like
can tell like the vegetation is just a little bit different.
yeah,
in a
it's like
certain
rockier
section.
terrain. You can't like
Yeah.
farm here or whatever because it's like rocky. Like
And there's the big volcano. I do want to have like a couple of smaller.
Some smaller peaks.
Some cones, cinder cones and whatnot.
That direction, the red direction, but not this direction because I like the idea of the sloping side, and it maybe gets a little bit higher over here,
Yeah,
but not as high as the volcano is taller than the plateau.
Okay.
Oh.
But the smaller peaks are
About the size.
about
of
the
plateau.
size.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's still difficult to get around. You don't want to go I want to call it Eastern route, but
Sure.
the red route.
I'm picturing this in my brain, and it would be beautiful to like have the view from the plateau of that
Oh, yeah.
volcano. And
Yeah.
mountain.
Like,
Yeah,
I'm
I'm imagining
imagining
in my head
would be
a giant city
epic.
on top of this
Yeah.
plateau, and you see this volcano.
There's
That'd be
definitely
so
some
cool.
like astrological like fucking thing like Stonehenge, you know, where it's like
Right.
it's like oh on this day the sun peaks right below
Yeah.
the dip of the mountain and or whatever. I don't know.
it definitely smokes. erupts regularly.
Oh.
Let me get to the questions because I'm switching it over because 2 is volcano.
Oh.
So we'll go with volcano with their questions.
Yeah.
Perfect. Do people remember the eruption?
They don't remember the eruption where it changed its shape, but it does erupt regularly. It puts a smoke
And
out.
then the second question is it still active?
It is.
So yes, still active.
You got to kill a rare situation.
And how do people appease the mountain?
Oh,
Yeah.
Throw a virgin into it.
classics.
I don't want to go.
Too bad.
You
okay.
cooked.
You cooked, virgin.
People make special cakes that have a gooey inners inside.
Like
They
a
make
lava
lava
cake.
cakes.
They're like lava cakes.
Got a whole festival around it. All the districts.
Yeah,
they
there's
celebrate
definitely the season where
differently.
it's most active.
Go to
the
your
kids
local
get
Red
lava
Robin
cake for their
then go-
birthday.
Yeah.
I want a lava cake.
Tough shit, Timmy.
So do they eat them as a community, or do they offer them to the mountain?
No, they respect the mountain.
And so, like,
do they have
is
like
there,
an Oktoberfest
yeah,
for
like
lava cake?
essentially on
Oh,
Oktoberfest.
okay, cool.
do they
Yeah,
leave
yeah, I
them
like
out
that.
like in honor of the mountain, or do they actually
No, they eat
consume
them.
them?
Well,
Wait.
Okay,
What's
that's
this?
sure.
What's this like festival called?
What's the name of the
You don't have to come
volcano?
up with it right now.
yeah.
No. You can think of it later.
I'm sure I could come up with something.
Yeah.
And we'll find out more about this city too,
Mount
and things like
Metolius.
that. So let's get red. Let's roll them dice.
Let's get red.
6.
6. Woods. An area of forest, maybe rainforest or grasses as tall as the man. What grows in the shadows of these trees?
Grasses too? Or,
Yeah.
Or
And that's the thing. Like, take these prompts, and if you want to run with them, this is a heavily fantasy world. Please push the fantasy limits. And remember, prism, descent, retching,
one.
opulence, and arcane.
Oh yeah.
I forgot about those words.
I should have them written. I should put them
Yeah.
on the thing.
my instinct is to like occupy the center of the map more, but that's like
Do it.
Well, I mean, we did talk about like lava flow, like where stuff might have grown.
Yeah,
like,
I
around
kind
the
of took a lot
lake.
of space over here, so
Like, where does it make sense for you?
do we agree that like there's not a forest on top of the plateau?
That's the feel that I get, but that's just my kind of
Yeah,
my
but
own
I mean, it's
mental
also,
picture.
it's your call.
that can
Yeah.
always change too. And it's never bad.
yeah.
Maybe
Something
there's a hidden
changes.
forest down in the
It
depression.
just gives us more
There's a-
ideas.
You know, I kind of like the
Low-light,
idea.
weird trees.
Well, that's what I was thinking. Oh, and down in the depression.
Yeah.
I was kind of thinking it could be kind of fun to like have a forest here,
That
and it
makes sense.
goes up, and it's like, but then it's like kind of limits the access to the lake, and we like the lake. I don't like a secret lake, It's like a big.
Well, who does it limit it?
I feel like that lake can't be secret. It's that big.
Right.
It's obvious. Like we
If this is a volcano,
the other idea is like maybe there's like a forest over here, and then it kind of splashes down like this.
Oh.
But I don't
So-
know.
Okay.
The other thing I was thinking is like, because you're putting the forest near the lake, and but we're also thinking like a deserty vibe. What if that little forest area only grows around the lake?
Yeah, like
for
an
some
oasis.
reason,
Yeah.
And we don't know why after that it's desertous.
And I kind of like that because and it's also like protected from the elements now on like almost all sides.
Yep.
And so
That makes a
maybe
lot of sense.
it's like a little donut hole where it catches water. Okay.
and sometimes it gets wiped out by volcano
I'm gonna need where'd the brown one go?
in front of you.
Right.
Oh,
no,
copy
right
And then
there.
you have
yeah.
some like stony trees that know the cycle of the volcano.
Yeah.
And so they're the oldest ones.
Oh, the ghost trees.
like the
And there's
petrified
like
forest.
they're like just
Oh,
filled
yeah.
with ash and
Yeah.
rock.
Oh yeah, because
And-
maybe
but
the
they're still
forest isn't
alive.
necessarily like a
Oh, cut
like an
those
Oregon
rings.
forest. It could be
Yeah.
like a
Yeah, as you get closer to the volcano, it's these distorted, weird,
And that's
rock
very
trees.
Morrowind. That's
yeah.
very Morrowind.
very Vardenfell.
Yes, please. If you make this like Morrowind, I will like it.
Well,
I will put it in
here's
my
the
world.
island
You've
of
heard the assignment,
Vardenfell. I think Balmora's here. Aldurin's here. All right, it's set. We just need the giant crab to live in now.
No, I like that. That area makes a lot of sense.
Now, does it buck up like right against the water because that's like where the water
It's up
is?
to you, man.
I feel like it goes like halfway out at least.
Well, like
he also said tall grasses and stuff. So maybe is there a gradient structure to this?
Yeah, maybe there's like a field of grass from the water line and then to some trees. that almost create like a barrier at the.
Yeah, you got some
horseshoe.
light green.
And think about
But again,
the wildlife.
it's your thing,
Yeah.
so don't make
And-
us influence it.
And remember, Caleb said that there were animals coming to drink at the lake. So what? What?
The disgusted.
You know,
look on
where
your
where do
face.
these animals come from? Where do they live?
I'm not disgusted. It's just I'm not him.
Is it a pine forest or a deciduous forest?
What do you think?
See, that's what I was saying. Was like maybe because of the volcano thing, it's not exactly like a type of forest that we see.
Well,
I don't know the
Like an
terms.
elemental earth forest.
or whatever forest you want. They could be.
Yeah. What if these trees?
I don't know. It's,
If we're
it's
talking
your thing.
elemental,
Okay, I
these
see what
trees
you're
could have a
saying now.
glow to them
Mhm.
and a
'Cause I was-
science to them that we don't understand.
We could make it like Morrowind and do a fungal forest.
Could be a fungal forest.
Be a
Could be
fungal
a fungal
forest.
forest.
Absolutely.
It could be made out of feet.
Hey, that's my thing.
It's a foot fungal forest.
Ew.
Fuck it, I'm going with mushrooms.
Do it.
Okay. All right.
Do we have
There's
red?
there's
For
like
for
reddish
that, can
orange.
you draw like a
over
boundary
here.
region for where the
also have
main
that giant
bulk of the
pack.
forest is?
Yeah, I kind of got that going.
Heck yeah.
Would it maybe be these kind of vibes then? You thinking?
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? It's
That's
like
Dope. I still like.
foresty trees.
I
but
still
with,
like it wet.
Oh yeah.
very
yeah.
thick, lush with the
Like a-
Yeah.
mushrooms.
Then I should clearly add
li-
some
like
green
wet,
tops.
I like wet mushrooms. Yeah.
They're gonna be wet.
These are not dry mushrooms. These are wet mushrooms.
And I do
Not
like
swampy mushrooms.
if the top of that plateau is kind of like windy, thin-aired, like almost deserty, but then you get
It's
down
still-
in there and it's just humid.
Humid is what I was
Wet.
thinking. Yeah.
moist.
Especially if there's any sort of geothermal heat coming from
Could
the
be coming
volcano.
from there.
Yeah, that's cool.
There might even be parts of the lake where it's a little geothermal.
Yeah, there's some
Yeah.
bubbles. Oh no,
Oh,
we got
yeah, it
another
gets a
bubble
little-
in the middle of the.
Yeah, oh, yeah. Oh, fuck God, we're
The
always getting
bubbles
bubbles in
getting
our
bigger.
water.
You've heard about the there was this lake that had a volcano in it, and it would spew out gases like methane gas, and it would fill this valley where all these people
yeah.
lived, and it would like murder them in their sleep.
Oh, my word.
And it was something that happened like every 100 years.
Oh,
and
my
like just
word.
the whole village would die, and people would come back, and they're like, "What the fuck happened here?"
Stop
Can you?
living
Find,
there.
I want to know more about this.
It was insane.
Where was
Like,
this?
I think it's
This
like Peru or something. I think
this
it's South
is-
America.
Not to be disrespectful, but that's like ripe for all sorts of fun kind of one-shot ideas and
Oh, for sure.
spooky
It-
Cthulhu-esque.
It's
Yeah.
weird.
Like
Like that's that's a movie where it's like they're trying to figure out what's going
Yeah.
on. It's like it's actually not that. It's super ghosts.
yeah,
super good.
Super ghosts controlled by aliens.
yeah. Every 100 years.
And the question is going to have for you for these woods: what grows in the shadows of these trees?
I think that's obvious. It's the fungus, right?
The
And I
fungus.
think, and my instant reaction is this idea. I like this. Maybe this is too much, but I've been thinking about this idea for a while. I'm gonna just toss it all the way out to you, Alex.
Hell
If
yeah.
you want, this can be a thing. But I've been thinking about this idea of like you know how Oregon has like the largest fungus in the world, and it stretches all the way across the world and does all this crazy shit. It's like, so obviously the fungus grows in this area. Whatever is right, we get the spores and we can see it and all that type of stuff. But it goes deep underground and stretches all across. And so maybe there's like some people that like know that that's the fungus. It's like here, here, you know.
Gotcha,
And they
gotcha.
have
An
like,
intercontinental
waypoints
fungus.
around
Right, yeah,
the,
yeah.
around
Absolutely, yeah,
Haven or
yeah.
whatever.
and so
It's somehow travelable. Like you can go through funguses.
the
If you got the right
mycelial
magic,
network.
easy.
I mean,
peasy.
druids can
Star Trek
teleport between
Discovery,
trees.
baby.
Why
Touch one
not?
part of a
That's
fungus, and
that's
you
an
can
easy
Yeah.
teleport
addition.
to another part of.
See,
a
I was working on this
fungus.
idea of like this of these people before who it's like they have secret knowledge of the fungus and they can eat its spores safely, but nobody else can because like, they've cultivated it or whatever. So no matter
Yeah.
where they go in the world, if they know how to find the fungus, they know how to find the food.
Oh, that's cool.
I don't know. Just a thought.
I'm
There's
gonna
lots-
veto it. No.
There's lots of
Caleb.
Dude, that's awesome. Sorry, I'm trying to be Caleb. Dude, that's awesome. Get rid of it.
Okay, that's our big terrain features.
That's awesome.
Heck yeah.
Okay, already I love this.
solid start.
Purpose location. Oh wait, no, this is like an example of play. Get out of here.
Oh, okay.
I know what we're doing.
I'm out of here.
Get out of here.
Prickly pear.
Not that phase, founding phase. Major geography, terrain features. Rolling thing, do the thing. We did that. Founding location. Now we have the surroundings. Let's find out what about this place was special enough to found a settlement here. Access to a useful trade route, terrain that is easy to fortify or defend. We're going to roll on the purpose location table, draw the resource, and put some power tokens on that resource. Let me find such a purpose location, 2d6. Or we can choose. I can read these ones out if we want to choose how it was founded.
All of us have done 2d6 for the features. Why don't you do the 2d6
I can
for
do this as
one?
well. Yeah. Someone gonna give me 2 dice. Look at that guy. 4. Trade route. Oh, I like trade route. It's an easy
Power
one.
of teamwork.
A frequented road provides easy access to goods and services. What dangers do these travelers bring, and what strange or exotic goods? Add a resource and 2 power tokens.
So, you'll
So
have
trade
to-
route. So I gotta. Okay, yeah, this is easy.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Very easy, he says.
So, look at our words. We've got
Prism,
Prism,
Arcane, Descent, Opulence.
Arcane's what we're going for here.
All right.
This is how I'm gonna show this trade route. Just an arrow, but this is where the airships come in,
Oh.
Oh, okay. I love that.
and then they leave going this direction. So they come into the town, do whatever they need to, refine products, what have you, and then they go off. So it's like it's a stop along the route. And so these 2 dice here will represent that resource.
Sweet.
You just
So-
made a penis, just so you're aware. A penis
Where?
and balls.
The balls are
Oh,
right here.
gotcha.
Yeah.
yeah.
The D20.
Nice.
Yeah.
Like,
I
that's
like-
an arrow.
I like how since we don't have cardinal directions yet,
Sorry. Dash is juvenile. Actually, that's something I would have
Dash is
done.
doing his comedy.
Wow, we're pretty on brand.
I like since we don't have cardinal directions yet. It's like whenever I see stuff like this, I'm like, oh, trade word, and there's like
Oh yeah,
ship
yeah, yeah.
word
like
or whatever.
like leeward or windward.
Right.
or-
Oh,
yeah.
gotcha,
Yeah.
gotcha, gotcha.
You know, it's like here, this way's peak word.
yeah,
Maybe
yeah.
they don't have cardinal directions. That is the way that they
Right.
identify.
Right.
What are these airships? Are they powered by magic, or are they powered by some kind of industrial?
There's for
Steam
Haven. There's a
engine?
few different kinds of airships.
Oh,
There's
okay.
some that are like purely enchanted, magical. Some that use like elemental, like beings. Some that use like a technology to fill up big balloons, and then they
Oh, cool.
power them that way.
Nice.
There's a few different ones.
Okay, sweet.
Decisions.
There's a couple that use these nuts.
Oh,
Dash, shut up.
Hey, okay, wait a second.
I'm confused now. Who are you?
Don't just start saying crass things and blaming it on me.
okay. Settlement decision is next. I gotta find my place here. This turn tells us who initiated the founding of the settlement. Options range from accidental all the way up to divine commandment. So yeah, we want somebody else to roll another 2d6.
You want to just
Yeah.
go this way?
Yeah, I guess that's
So
Dash's
Dash?
turn then, right?
Oh, okay, sure. That is an 8.
Do we still have the veto rule in effect for stuff like this?
Yeah, because
Sure,
I definitely
yeah,
don't
yeah.
want divine. We already did a divine one.
Well, it could be divine instead of like a god. It's like the mushroom.
What is?
Because people can make
Eight?
anything
Eight, you
divine.
said?
Yeah.
A business venture, all because of a shrewd business calculation. Who put this venture together, and what did they forget to plan for? Are these resources truly uncontested?
Here's a thought. Just for this idea to spitball it, maybe because you said it's like a business arrangement or what's it
A
called?
business venture, and
business
really,
venture.
you know, take these prompts and go fly with them.
Think of like truck stop or gas station for airships.
Oh,
So
sure.
true.
A flying J.
Yeah.
Isn't that a real one?
Is
yeah,
it?
yeah,
I don't
Flying
know.
J pilot.
Yeah, I had a hefty breakfast at one.
Oh yeah,
Slice of ham bigger than the plate.
But the idea maybe that there's these big airship ventures and they're like, well, we need a spot along here to like be able to replenish our supplies and do stuff like that. Is that too much? Like, is that not realistic?
So
with the
maybe
airships?
airship docks
Yeah.
Yeah, and like resupply.
and
Resupply
resupply, and that's kind of the big business venture.
That really popped off.
It's
Right.
far enough away from like all their other trade hubs
Right.
that
Right.
this is like this was a good
Out of
you know,
necessity.
It's kind of
almost.
like how Jervis took off because of, like a train station.
Yeah. It
Yeah.
really took off, didn't it?
Well, it died when they fucking built the interstate, but say like
I was thinking Brooks with Pilot, you know.
yeah,
and,
that's like a modern example.
yeah.
Yeah, that makes
Yeah, I
Just
think
one that people are aware of today.
airship
Dash.
dock. Okay, now I'm just gonna spitball something.
yeah.
Let's hear it.
Okay, so like you're coming in your airship and you see the sheer side of it, and the dock is built into it, and it's rows of like that's
yeah.
where the dock is
On the plateau?
Yeah, like
In the
inside,
face
like in
of
the
the
sheer
cliff?
face.
Yeah.
It's like
Oh,
they
yeah.
fly
Oh,
into
yeah.
the side, and then they can go inside and go up.
I like
This
it.
is
So the
epic.
docks are like all down the side of the plateau.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Like Bay 3 is open.
And-
So you-
And the
like-
business ventures are kind of like there's different docking like companies
Right.
too.
Yeah.
So they kind of
like
compete,
Delta and
and that's what they didn't really like account for was the competitiveness of it.
Yeah,
Ooh.
of course,
Yeah.
because there's a lot of
Ooh.
money to be made with all of that type of
Yeah,
stuff.
because it's a huge important trade thing. And
that
everyone
could
needs
be where
to.
the opulence district, like,
Sure.
Well, you're beginning to see because it's like maybe the success of these companies directly correlates to the amount of money and power that they can
Right.
flex. Maybe there had to be a governing body. That's how you get like city government and all this stuff to like push back on them. But like, hey, money greases hands. So then now you know who to go to if you got to sneak something into the city or smuggle something or
Right,
whatever.
yeah, because that's probably something. I mean, it seems like as a plateau near Volcano, we're probably pretty isolated as a city.
Like,
who
right.
wouldn't want to be there?
That's why I kind of like the idea. It's like it's like a like an old school outpost. This idea of
Yeah.
like this is a pit stop, a refueling station. Think like I mean, I don't know. It makes me even think about Morrowind, where you have like some of these small villages on the outskirts where you've got this big depot right by the Silt Strider. You know, it's
Right.
like there's nothing in this town. It's a shitty ass fishing village, except hey, there's the Silt Strider with all of his fucking shit packed up, ready
Are
to go.
you getting paid for how much you talk about Morrowind today? Like, did you
It's a
come
paid
back from this
advertisement.
conference and like you have a contract that
no,
we don't
but
know
he's
about?
talking about. It's my favorite
Should I
game.
add something to the?
So yeah,
All
we'll
I'm saying
add
is
something
cut us in.
here.
That's all I'm saying.
Probably like the main dock for this place.
Okay.
You know, that first dock that they built when they brought in. And then 3 questions is who started the business venture? Like, is it a person or is it like a specific company? What did they forget? And then is this resource as a airship hub truly uncontested?
It doesn't seem uncontested, right? Anymore.
Definitely sounds like there's competition.
Yeah, like any capitalistic.
Do I have to come up with who came up with it or who
Yeah.
started the business?
Yeah, who started the business venture to try and turn this place into this hub, this city that it will become?
We do have a really wealthy family from last campaign.
Yeah, I don't want them here. Though.
I want to deal with the
And yeah,
Tuscans.
if you want to describe kind of like the idea of who it is, like as opposed to get nitty gritty, like is it like a group of merchants? Is it a group of like airship?
Single entrepreneur,
Yeah, just a person that comes by and starts it up.
big conglomerate.
You know, somebody just had their tuning forks and they're like, the airships will work here well.
Yeah, they
like-
fucking doused it out.
Yeah.
Or like
would
a
say,
Wayland Yutani or a
I would say
Umbrella
it was
Corps.
started by like a pretty inventive individual, and then his company name still persists, and it's kind of like the old standard. And there's new companies that have come up since then, but like he started it. I'm thinking of a name, Finnegan Star,
Finnegan Star is very good. Finnegan Star.
and it's like Starport Industries or whatever. I mean, we could fiddle with that.
Oh
I
yeah.
like that.
Yeah, we'll
I
play
like
around with that.
There's
other
lots of good
industry. It's pretty
catch
great
like
stuff.
little catchphrases.
I was
we
kind
could
of
do
looking
for
at
the-
our words, and I was like, "Oh, like does like Prism like shipping or something
Oh,
work,
yeah,
or like
yeah, yeah.
Arcane ventures or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
What did
those could be
Ratchet-
like even like a rival ports and like
Yeah, yeah.
airships.
What did Finnegan forget when starting out and founding the city? What was the big thing? Was you were saying, like,
You mean when he founded the docks?
yes,
Um,
the initial business venture.
Oh gosh, he forgot.
Because remember, the town sprung up around that.
Yeah, this
So
is
it's
just the initial.
So what did he
part.
forget?
Like, did he forget about
Gosh,
like
that will be
communication
something-
with other places? Did he forget about establishing well-documented contracts with different companies? Did he forget about?
Or some sort of infrastructure, like a
Yeah.
resource that isn't
Yeah.
available, like fresh water, or that's whatever.
Yeah,
but
definitely a thing.
like something that
Ironwood.
society needs that he
Yeah.
forgot. Like,
how do we get
don't have
building
that here.
materials up here?
Yeah.
That's a good one too. Yeah.
What
yeah.
what is that?
How do we
building
get like
materials?
building materials up here? How do we get
Oh.
wood?
You have to
Like,
come-
he had to
came all the
truck
way
them
out
up
there.
I
somehow.
kind of feel like that was his venture, right? That's what made him successful in
Yeah.
the spot. Was like he's like, yeah, I can get shit up there.
Like
Ah,
those
there's a forest there,
monasteries
and we'll
on
just
random
knock down the
mountains.
I
forest.
would-
It's
I
like,
would
well,
say-
it's down there, and we gotta.
I would say he forgot to implement a very effective filing and recording system. So that's how a lot of like smuggling can happen.
Laundering.
And there's a lot of rumors about him that he probably does that on purpose, that he's ambiguous with his paperwork. And so he gets accused of that a lot, and so that's a lot of like bickering between his company and many other of the companies here.
I've been watching a lot
long-
of Ozark
yeah.
lately.
A
and that sounds
long-standing tradition
really
of this
good.
city is that there's no paperwork allowed. No, you can't
No
write it
bureaucracy.
down.
Yeah.
Everyone's bound by their word, and it's like that. That's like
Oh, that's some
really
Faye
a
shit
big
right
thing
there.
here, man.
oh
Yeah.
yeah,
That could be kind of neat.
See, that's the kind of stuff I want to
I-
we want to build on, because then we're gonna
That's
I
really
a
like
good
that
idea.
idea that, like, yeah,
city.
Finnegan didn't forget the paperwork. He just assumed that like people were good for their word.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because that's kind of how people who founded this are kind of, that's the rules of the plateau. It's
Yeah.
like,
And
your
And how
word is
about
your
how about your
bond,
ability
Mostly
or you get
people
thrown
follow
off.
it.
and your ability to stick
That's
to
like-
your
gotta get thrown off.
Oh yeah,
That's
people
like
get thrown
that's like
off.
old school. This city.
Into
You're-
the depression.
your
Put down. You are put the docks on the map.
yeah.
your ability and
This
willingness
will be like the first
to
ones.
stick
Like,
to
I
your
assume we'll
word
have
is a
more
class
as we go
indicator.
on.
Yeah.
No, it definitely
The
goes clear
higher
around.
the higher your class, the more likely
So
you are
we're
to stick
talking
to your
about
word.
what do they call that?
Yeah.
Social
Klingon.
currency.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, social currency. Yeah, it's like in like some cultures, like, oh, long hair. Well, the long hair of Finnegan's Port here is that
is
if you honor your word 100% of the time,
yeah.
it's considered low class to lie.
I like it. So this is into the side, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Whoops. Lines here.
Okay.
Yeah, put a whole bunch of them. This is a bustling ass port, dude.
Well, these are like the originals.
Yeah, why not? Go for it. Write whatever you want.
Yeah, yes. And I did skip an earlier step, and I'm like, Rita's like, well, man, this doesn't make sense. There's no lines on this yet.
Oh, we
I forgot
yeah,
about
we
doing the
gotta
district
draw
lines.
those.
But now we've got the big features on here. We can the
But that's for like the districting and stuff.
Yeah.
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 For
yeah.
like when we're doing
So-
population.
exactly. The next step is like place the first population down. And I'm like, we can't. So we're gonna go back to target size. Pick an entry from the scale size.
Perfect. Yeah. Why not?
Yep.
I like it.
Yep.
No, it looks cool.
Let me keep it. We're explaining this.
We just workshopped your idea together for like 10 minutes. It was a great idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. All right.
Yeah. Lots to do with it.
It's funny because like I wasn't thinking like a business venture would be a good idea for a city, and we just fucking like riffed on this so hard. I'm like, this is the greatest idea for a city.
It's the same thing with quilts. Like this is our
Yeah, I know. It's exactly like quilts all over again.
We got lava cakes. Okay.
We got lava cakes. You looking for how we do it?
I'm looking for how many lines. I forget.
I think we roll, right? Or do we choose?
Festa lava.
Because it's based on the size of the city. So we're going to have a lot because we're going to have a lot of districts. Here it is. God, there's the
At least
city size.
Yeah.
9 lines. 10 lines.
I think it's a lot.
Sorry, I'm responding to my girlfriend.
Oh, look at me. I have a girlfriend. Okay, Caleb, we get it.
Oh, I have a wife. I love her so much.
Damn, is that what I sounded like?
Caleb said it. I don't know.
Caleb's such a prick.
Oh, right?
He sucks, dude.
15
let's boot
lines.
Caleb.
So we each draw 3 lines.
We each draw 3?
We'll each draw 3,
Okay.
and these can be however you want them to be. A good idea is to start from one edge of the map and end on either the same edge or another edge, just so it's a continuous line, not like a short end line. But beyond that, however you want to draw.
One thing
them.
we didn't do last time that I was hoping somebody would do is like a circle.
Well, I almost think like the path of the airships is a contested lane.
Well, we each are drawing 3 lines,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
So do we
Yeah.
just go one at a time?
We'll go. Yeah, let's go one at a time.
You wanna
Right.
draw the first?
You go ahead and draw
I
the first.
have no idea what we're doing right now.
So you're
This-
just
so
literally
you-
drawing a line. It
this
could
will be
be
perfect.
straight. It could be curvy. It could be whatever. It could be a circle. It just has to be a complete line.
It is a line that will not exist to the people living in this world. But
What we'll
except
use
for
them
socially.
is that's where we'll put districts. The
Yeah,
And that's where
populations
people
will
live.
start going.
And stuff. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And so we'll put 15 lines. They're all going to crisscross and like.
You know
that'll
how
be,
borders
like,
are
the
imaginary?
layout of the.
That's what we're doing.
Do we just use a pencil or should I use a marker?
I would do.
How did we do it on last?
We
Oh.
did. We did.
We did like
pencil.
pencil and then we bordered it
Yeah.
in with marker later.
So
That's right. Yeah, having like a light, thin line.
maybe
and
we'll
then
do
as we
as we learn. Let's
we'll-
do pencil then.
Yeah.
Because I'm gonna veto your first line, just so you know.
Can we veto lines? Do you want to use
That was a
those
terrible-
protractors
Veto
or
line.
anything?
Yeah.
That's an NPC somewhere.
Just right down the middle like that.
Okay.
Put it right there. See, that's what I'm confused by. Like, just line.
But we deal with it. Yeah, it's
We even had some that didn't even complete the whole map, but
scoobity doop.
But you don't have to do that. Put them
and we need to divide it all up.
wherever. And yeah, the whole thing.
So right now we have one big district on this side, and then 2 smaller districts. Okay. Now is your
You
intention
set
to,
me up.
to like block off just the plateau?
You set me up.
Yeah, it's clearly
Right?
a cock and balls.
Oh, I didn't even see that.
Did you not?
Don't do that, Caleb.
Veto.
Veto. Yeah, that's why I said don't do it.
Here.
After I did it. Oh boy.
I didn't even see that, honestly.
All right, Dash.
I'm serious.
Come on, Dash. Do your line now.
Yeah, don't be a little pervert. Be civilized, like me.
I know. It
Caleb.
looks like little hairs.
And
And
yeah, it's
stuff,
got little
yeah.
hairs
I
on
know.
both sides.
Painful.
All right, let's start over.
All right, let's start over.
You can't.
Actually, that side's more penile.
But now that side is.
Look, I didn't mean that. I genuinely was like, oh, it'd be cool to have this kind of cordoned off. And now that I'm in an aerial view, whoops. Caleb does not approve.
No, we're not trying to do anything.
No,
Not
you
limiting
just,
anything.
There's no real goal.
we
putting
just
a
need
line.
lines on the map, and then we can start placing districts in those lines. The more like organic it is, the more organic the districts will be. The more straight and like
a little
formal
sliver
the lines
district
are,
there.
the more formal the districts will be. In essence, that's it.
Okay.
Because as we put down districts, like the actual like city will start to make more sense, and then all those extra lines are just going to go away. You need like long poles, like we're in a war room.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Good line,
Yeah.
Milo.
That's a line, baby.
Hell yeah.
All right, time to fucking divide this big empty expanse.
So this is your second one of 3.
My
correct?
second one.
So yeah, second round.
I don't know if that all just stays its own. There could be some crazy shit out there.
But what that would then mean is just like that whole area is one district.
Where
And so it becomes less interesting if you chop it up. Then it's like this is the northern side of the mountain where the dwarves live, and this is the other side where they do crimes.
and theoretically, it doesn't mean it doesn't have to be different. It just means that, like, I guess it has less amenities, less like I don't know.
It'll be less dynamic. Like that area will be like the more crisscrossing you have, the more districts you have, the more interactions there will be.
Man, that little triangle that I made right there is gonna be crazy.
I like that a lot.
See, like that's where we'll play around with. Is
And it's like,
those
yeah,
little
exactly. Like,
sections.
what is that? You know, it's like we'll find out when we play.
Yeah,
I think I'm gonna.
The red light district.
I kind of want to like.
that's where they
gonna be a big
manufacture
one.
red lights.
Yeah, yeah.
And so, for the listener here, we've got our plateau, which of course is a giant C shape, takes up a lot of.
Ooh, cut off
Just
the
the
end.
tip.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I'm putting that area.
Yeah.
More your attention.
Oh,
Your intention.
It was like open that way, so
Yeah. Yeah.
Except for that little tip there.
what do you mean open that
He,
way?
he just
Yeah.
he just closed your circle a little bit more,
He's circumcised. He's circumcised. Just say it.
Like then, like this is all open. So now
so it's closed.
No, I just was like kind of
He was trying to just get
cordoning
the-
off this one area
Yeah,
of the
yeah.
plateau.
Right.
It's fine.
Yeah, yeah.
It's
so
fine.
he, yeah.
That is what happened.
perhaps.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, line 2 for me.
Line 2. Fight. Supreme victory. Perfect.
You got it.
You're thinking too hard.
Hey.
All right, I've been thinking about this corner over here.
You take it.
Oh, I like that line. That's a good line.
All right, round 3. These will be our last lines.
And I'm gonna do what I've always dreamed of doing.
Circle.
Circle.
I almost did that around the trees and the. Oh! All the nature.
Just adds more chaos.
I like it.
You see, you got to break those mountains up. They've been waiting for it.
We got the lowlands, the highlands.
If there's districts, I want like the big mountain to have its own district separate from the little one. They'll be related in some way, but like big mountain has big mountain energy. Small mountains have small mountain energy.
Of course. I need like a valley.
That's kind
area.
of that's a good line, Dash. I was thinking about doing that too. Wow, you drew a good line.
Thank you, bud. And it's Caleb. Okay. I work for lawyers, so I'm important. And you are beneath me.
I think I work for some lawyers. They have pawns.
Ooh.
Triangle.
Ooh.
But you never thought of a triangle before.
Hit him with the triangle.
What's that from?
Nothing.
Yeah.
Just
Oh.
now.
Wow, you guys are just
Unique
fucking
moment.
riffing hard. Damn, dude.
Yeah, dude.
Wow.
I gotta put a line, but I like all of our lines right now.
It's all right.
No one's mad.
Your line's gonna be a beautiful line.
I'm going to fucking hate it.
Wow,
Beautiful
that's
line.
classic Dash. You're a real fucking pessimistic piece of shit. Ruining everyone's good time.
Here we go. 15 lines.
hate that.
Time to start
Oh.
making districts.
Oh. So many
Nice.
lines.
That's a lot of lines.
Yeah.
That's
And so
a-
when we make a district, you can use however much of it you want. Like if it makes more sense to
Yeah.
like use multiple
To use a
Like
couple
we don't
of
have to like
chunks.
cut this one off.
Yeah.
Like we could just do that. Like try, you know.
Like this triangle.
Mm-hmm.
It's like when you're looking for how many triangles are in this triangle.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of nonsense.
So now when we draw our districts, we can just use a black marker and then with the lines.
And that's
outline
exactly what we did
whatever-
on this one.
whatever
We
want.
basically went on the inside line and we like chalked out the
Right.
districts that we wanted.
Cool.
Okay, so we're putting our first settlement down. This turn tells who initiated the founding of the settlement. Oh, wait a second.
we
was
got
part
that
of
because
this one.
remember we
Yeah.
went backwards to
Okay.
do the lines.
So Dash, draw the first settlement where Finnegan started all of this.
Which he kind of did.
Yeah.
it's
So yeah,
that
if you want to
area,
mark
for
it,
sure.
or not settlement, district.
What's
if you want to
the
mark out the
district?
first
Oh, the
district.
district. Okay.
Yeah, so there's a couple of different district areas there.
Do we want to use black to mark out the districts or another fun color? We did green on the other one.
I feel it'd be nice to use just different colors.
Yeah.
Okay, I like
yeah,
that too.
like each
That's
different
fine.
to
colors,
give
different
it its own
districts. Yep.
unique
I like that even more.
shenanigans.
Okay.
What color do you feel Finnegas' district? Oh yeah, keep it with the dogs.
Yeah. So I gosh, I don't know. You guys gonna hate this?
No.
No, take as
I
much
hate
or as
anything
little.
you do, Caleb.
Okay. Let's-
You work for lawyers.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
you
true.
can
We're
get
so
away
far
with
beneath
anything.
you.
Yeah.
I work for lawyers. I'm better.
I hate this because it's like now I know what you think of me.
I don't know. I went to Taiwanese Costco and I was like, "Where's Dash?"
That's fair.
Check the meats. Did you check the meats?
I didn't check the meats.
Oh, well, there.
That's
Okay.
exactly where I was thinking.
That's a good first district.
Yeah.
And it totally makes
Solid.
sense for where the trade route is.
Yep.
Right.
It's spread out.
And I like that it goes off to one side, but not the other. Why not the other
Yeah.
side?
Yeah.
Competition's
of,
approaching in.
Because that's vertical, right? So it's just kind of condensed, and then this is all more like kind of shipping lanes for carts, wagons to offload, and then
So that's downslope. Or
Maybe even
upslope?
like
or is
some-
it just flat?
yeah,
Some
And then put a dice to represent one population.
just any one of these dice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You just,
Wait,
it's
how
just
are
a
we
token.
keeping population and the
And
other
resources
thing,
is the other one. And I'll keep
separate?
track of how much we're using.
Because the two that you did with the shipping lane coming in,
Mm-hmm.
what are those? Those are also
Those
population.
represent the power of that resource.
So
Do you get why I'm confused?
yeah, because
Yeah.
they're the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It'd be nice if it was a different dice.
Or
type,
like a
because
different
they do
token.
mean something different. But these, the resource ones will always be placed on resources, and the district ones will always be placed on districts.
And resources could be placed in districts.
Yes.
If you want, there's a box of corks up there. Why don't you grab those? You grab the whole box. Don't spill it. And then we can use these as power or whatever, the resource, right? Does that make sense? So we'll just
Yeah,
do this.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So 2 corks.
2 power.
2
Yeah.
power.
There we go.
2 corks.
2p.
I'm that powerful.
Finnegan's District, we've got one on there. That's settlement decisions. Starting hierarchy is the next one. Do. Dash.
Yes.
Do you want to roll?
Sure.
Thanks for dropping by, friend. In the meantime, you can also leave our bartenders and troopers a tip over at patreon.com/in@the-end. We hope to see you here next week. Until then, grab your sword and keep on adventuring.